Hello and welcome to something a little bit different. I didn't mean for that to fall over. Matchbox 900. This is a forerunner really to the Matchbox twin packs. Lesney Products introduced the 900 because they were going in a slightly new direction for them, and that was with the articulate you see there. So what it replaced was the 2 packs. So there is a 2 pack, and this one being TP16, a military dump truck and bulldozer. These were individual models. Sometimes they're exclusives to the pack, and that's the information on the back of that one. They seem to like the military theme because number 16 was a military theme again. You can move. It's a military theme again. And again, particularly the freeway truck on the left hand side, it was more exclusive to this. And even number 16 Badger, that was a slightly different shade. It was normally in a metallic red, and there is the information on the back explaining about all the 2 packs. But 2 packs came in all sorts of sizes, all sorts of flavours with them, and we have this one's TP, and it shows number 1 the Mercedes. Obviously these 2 came out individually. By the time it got to the 2 packs, both Mercedes and the trailer were well discontinued, but as you can see, Lesney didn't waste a lot of the tools. They carried on producing them and got different backs to them. But anyway, in 1978 they ditched the 2 packs and they came up with the 900. And there we have the 900. You can see what happens. These plastic canopies get dislodged. And there's not a lot you can do unless you want to tear the pack open. But as this pack is relatively old, I'm certainly not going to do that. And a great old friend there, we've got Woolworth with a price of £1.20 as it originally was. So this stayed as TP1, even though it's part of the 900 range. And we get the detail on the back for what else we can collect. Now these are quite rare in themselves by the very nature, and this is why we have the 900. When Matchbox Lesney were producing this range, you can't call them twin packs when you've got an articulate, because one has to go with the other or else it's not an articulate. But as you can see, the TP numbers stayed TP2, but what this was a show for was what was coming. Front obviously inspired by Leyland, but no licensing issues here. And then we get the rear, and there's the back of the model as well. This one is still sealed. And then we go up in the range to TP14. This one's got a particularly bad blister, but again, it's unusual to have them still in the pack. These models had long since been discontinued, and opening features were generally cast shut. So as you can see, the boot and the hatch all cast shut. Little bit of stainage, but it's great that it's still sealed, and there's your base plates for that. I don't think I actually showed the base plates of the others, so if you're into that, there we have the TP2, and we'll just get TP1 back again. Right, okay, so the next one is TP18, and we have the C Fire with the VW Golf Again, these were issued individually, but this was really the only time that the Golf got issued in red, and the Seafire generally in red as well, with white, and usually on a trailer. This model, you'll see, eventually was issued on its own. It's got wheels underneath, and we'll show you. It's got wheels there, and so it doesn't really need a trailer unless you intend to put it in a twin pack, or in this case 900. You can see how age is having a go at this one, and handling. I try not to handle these very much, and the top of this is all very precarious, but these are so rare. Yeah, I can have a look on the top, and you can. The best thing of all is that the model stays nice and pristine without being handled. And of course, we all know the oils and everything in your hands all start to make things deteriorate. Okay, we've now got DP21, which is the Datsun 260Z, and it has a trailer. This trailer was issued individually, but not for long. It now boosts 3 bicycles on it, and it's quite rare to have. Ooh, let's do it like that. The lighting's looking a little bit odd, but anyway, hopefully you can still see. And there is a bit of a front or frontish view. The back of the blisters showcasing everything that you could get at the time. And there's another look. Now, coming up next is the reason why we had the development of the 900, and that was for these. They were called long haul. Lesney didn't get the copyright to call them Peterbilt, but we'll see. That comes a little bit later. They were obviously developed on a budget, and didn't really come out as a range on their own. But to get one sealed, I mean, these average on eBay for the prices of about £30 upwards. But when you're talking of something that is 40, certainly 40, nearly 50 years old, and it's still, whoops a daisy, hello, you got to see the top of it, still really as it was produced. So that's the container truck. TP23 gave us a covered trailer. So we had the 2-piece containers that could be removed. This one is the Firestone and has a canopy. And as you can see with this one, the actual elastic band has not perished. It is open, but I'm not going to really handle it much more because of the lucky band. I'm not sure whether the lucky band's original, but as you can see, hopefully you can see that nicely. There is a variation, and here is the variation. So once again TP23, but we have a difference in labels. So there's the earlier one, and that's the label. Everything else about the truck is the same. The lucky band has perished, which I think that's obviously its original lucky band, elastic band if you like it said properly. But there we have a little tour of it. But it is, I wouldn't call it absolutely mint, but it is in very, very, very good condition. Then we go to TP24, and a little bit of a self-promotion in the form of Matchbox. Nice to see the logos matching. Did often get sometimes black with the orange, or the other way around, but this is the full container, And again, we'll show a bit of the underneath. And you'll see how similar a lot of the blisters get. And we get opening container doors. And then almost finally, I'm doing the pipe. Oh dear, pipes have moved. That's because the elastic band has perished, and it's lovely to see some of these still in blistered condition. A view of the standard rear, and you're bound to get a little bit of damage on the boxes. Again, this is down to age. Oops, we get a boat. So this one is TP26. It's well and truly come out of his box, but that's TP26 there. And so the boat comes to live another day. It gets used in the convoys. But it floats. I've had one of these when I was younger, and it definitely floats. And then you can see the trailer. You can certainly see the cab is Leyland inspired, but doesn't have any Leyland markings on it. I don't want to put it too close because my camera didn't focus last time. And then the trailers will certainly live another day, and I'll show you an example. So that's TP. I've just got one more 900 to show you, to show the depths and the range. Let's put the boat back, and we have TP27, or a part of the 900. Again, Matchbox would really use its tooling. It's the only time that this was used. They did do sets, and sometimes, particularly this one, appeared in a set. But again, standard model for the steam engine was red. But again, it didn't have these particular markings. And once again, a show of how standard the packs were. We got those lovely words, printed and made in England, as they all were. The twin packs continued, and here's just an example of a later twin pack. Tad yellowed, but almost the same. But we've gone back to the standard, virtually the standard models. As I say, this one's TP104, and there is the back. So claiming now we're away from the Lesney era, 1983 Matchbox International. This was the sort of interim period where we're still made in England, but not for much longer. And hopefully, I'm not sure whether I'll get the underneath so you can see that they are still manufactured in England. The 900s, as I say, didn't last too long, because by the time we got to the 80s, we were firmly back in twin pack territory. There's a good reason for that. They do yellow, so we've got the use of the trailer again. This time paired with a Renault 5, number 4, detailing all those lovely items and proclaiming we're still made in England. And the final one is my more recent purchase, because I've got quite a fetish with the Rancho. And there we have the Rancho. Not a lot we can do about, but you can certainly see how the blisters yellow, proudly from our friend Woolworth. But this particular version of the Rancho came like this. It is made in England, still has a Lesney base, and as you can see, the trailer, just how the but this cost nearly about £30 on eBay. I was desperate to get it, and so pleased to have got it with this version of the Rancho, because it's really only supposed to be available like this. And this was what it was all for. The trucks were developing, and this will be in another video, but that's for the Matchbox convoys. This one just happens to be the car transporter that I picked up, and as you can see, we're still in the Lesney phase. So we're Lesney Products PLC now. It's made and printed in England, and we've got the legal lettering underneath with the remains of a Delmare price label. That means this was sold in Tesco's. Used to be their own brand. And as you'll see, they also got the copyright for Kenworth and for Peterbilt, and we got more developments. Do I have a oopsie-daisy? Oh, I do. If I can get this one out. And as you'll see, with this particular one, oh, that's good, isn't it? It's drunk. No, it isn't. It's just gone a little bit unstable, unfortunately, where it is. So we can see how the cab was developed from this one to that one. Obviously, Lesney had to upgrade twin axles, the correct exhaust stacks, and this one is made in England. I have got two of them because we do get variations, and I'll just show you in this case. So one thing to watch out for are these exhaust stacks that can snap. But look at the glazing on that one, and then look at the glazing on that one. So we're clear glazing on this, and we are still made in England. I hope you enjoyed that look of the 900s, and we'll end on a lovely 900. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.